Alright, hi everybody. Today I'm doing a review of the Haus Personal Vaporizer Starter Kit. You can get this at Walmart. Here's the actual device. It's, I believe after taxes, it's $21.03. And you can get a good look at that as best you can. Little measurements on the Claro. And it's pretty typical. 5 taps of the button, turn it on or off. And so yeah. And for 20 bucks, it's not a bad deal. You get the mod, the tank, this little tiny baby USB 510 charger. Output is 5 volts, typical cell phone stuff. And part my fiance was really enthusiastic about was this lanyard here. You can wear it around your neck. She had been looking for one of those. It looks to me like the little O-ring, just to fit around whatever part of the mod. You can wear it around your neck. So anyway, I also got the Haus juice here. You see I've vaped quite a bit of that. It's Java flavor. So, brand new toys, you gotta get them home and open them up and test them out. So, they don't say anywhere, including on the website or any of the packaging and instructions, what voltage or wattage or any of that sort of thing is this mod. But it's really small and it's pretty weak. You're not gonna get a good hit off of it, because not only is it weak, but the air holes in this thing, if you can see one right there, there's another one back there, it is just so tight. You gotta have lungs of steel to get a good hit out of this thing. It really is a workout. But aside from that, comes with a set of instructions here. It's got all the pictures and all that. A 1-year warranty, which is pretty impressive actually. It's lots of good contact information for the company. They encourage you to report any complaints that you have, things like that. And as soon as I get it, and I realize, especially once I already know that small battery is pretty much gonna be weak. So I got a couple other mods that I use on the regular, and the first thing I do is hook it up to those other mods and put some higher voltage to it. And with this one, I had to bring my pin up a little bit because it wasn't making contact. But with the other one, it worked just fine the first try. And it actually is not bad at all. It gets good hits, good flavor. I have no complaints about the quality. Well, actually I do. To start with, you'd have to take this apart, and you can see actually right in here, this is something that I guess is just a pain more than anything. You see I don't know if you can see that, there's 2 little O-rings right there on that. It makes it so incredibly snug to screw that in, and I love the little grip. My fiance wanted to put this grip on her Evi, which, has like no grip whatsoever and often gets stuck on the mod. But the threads are incompatible. Seems everything on this thing is incompatible with anything else. But with such so much friction from these O-rings, this grip, it really gets in your thumb. I don't think girls would particularly care for having to screw and unscrew this thing. And it's a very similar issue with the coil actually, which is a odd size, and it's pretty typical coil, but kind of odd size. And at first I thought that I wasn't going to be able to get it off of there at all. It wouldn't just unscrew like typical, and I had to use a set of pliers on it, to get it off of there. And in the instructions it says if it ever stops working at all, you're supposed to buy a whole new tank, which is something like $8. It's not that bad, but if you're familiar with vaporizing, you could probably get a whole pack of coils for a similar tank for, you get a 5-pack for about that price. So, yeah, I think they want you to keep buying these tanks over and over again. But I did get it out, and it's pretty typical. It looks what I assume silica wick, 1 through the coil, 2 on top of the coil. Not very absorbent right away, and yeah. There's an O-ring around the coil itself as well, which I'm not going to show you right now because I don't feel like taking all that apart and stuff. But it makes the coil assembly really, really tight to unscrew or screw back in. So you kind of almost need pliers to do it, which is a pain. And I don't really have much beef with it. The air holes are too small. It really is hard to pull. But what I do have beef with is this juice. This stuff is horrendous. This is the worst juice. But for 20 bucks, you get, charger and lanyard. You get a whole little setup, and you can put other juice in there. I have other juice in there now, and it works pretty good. Now, so it's plastic. That's something to keep in mind. I don't know how you feel about plastic, but I don't know how I feel about plastic. It's good that it doesn't break like my other tank back there. It's broken. But, BPAs and all that sort of thing, and I just don't know how, with it being so hard to twist, if I feel like it's going to stand up to that. But on the bright side, it is one solid piece, so you're not really having too much to worry about with leaks around the top and stuff like that. It's pretty sturdy, it seems. I would not recommend this, honestly, to anybody. In a pinch, if you broke your tank right now and don't have another tank and need something to get by, I guess $8 for one of these little tanks. It's not that bad. You can drill them little holes out and get some airflow going, maybe. But yeah, horrible juice, too snug, hard to operate. Some good, some bad. It's not the worst thing. It's definitely not the best. But it's at Walmart, and it's only 20 bucks. So you got lungs of steel, and you can pull on that. And there it is.